Welcome class 10th. Today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is frustum of a cone. So let us understand first what is the frustum of a cone. So as already we know a cone, what is a cone? So here I am going to draw a cone. Okay. This is a right circular cone. Okay, let us name this cone as ABC. ABC is a cone. Let us say that height of this cone, that is, let us say this is D point AD, height of the cone, that is H1. Slant height of this cone, that is AC, that is L1, and radius of this cone is capital R. Okay, DC. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a point, suppose anywhere in the height, suppose this point is E, and I'm going to cut a small piece of cone from the top of this cone, and this, and from where we will cut, that will be the base will be the parallel to the base of the cone. Okay, right? So we have cut a small piece of cone from this bigger cone, and the base of this small cone is parallel to the base of the bigger cone, that is ABC. Okay, right? So these two planes, this one and this one, okay, these two planes are parallel to each other. Let me name the points. Suppose this is E point, this point is F point, and this point is J point. Okay, now EGCB, the solid EGCB is called frustum of a cone, right? So if we will remove the upper part, that is AEG, from this full cone ABC, so the remaining part will be called the frustum of cone. Okay, so it will look like this. So this is the top part and this is the bottom part. Okay, right? Right, so we are having here two circular bases, one is top base and one is bottom one. Okay, so this is the height of this frustum, and this is the let us say this is H, and this is the slant height of the frustum. Let us say this is L. Okay, and here we are having two radius. So this radius is capital R, already we have taken, and let us say this is radius small r. So this is called frustum. So it is a part of a cone, right? Okay, now see. So this is cone, this is frustum of a cone. Now like see here, come back to our, okay, now as let us name, let us say H is the height of the cone and L is the slant height of this frustum, H is the height of the frustum and L is the height of the frustum of the cone, right? And AC, we have already taken L1, that is the slant height of the bigger cone, right? So you can see here we are having two triangles, and let me write for frustum here. For frustum, okay. So the height of frustum, that is FD, is the height of frustum, which is H, and slant height of frustum, that is GC, also EB also, right, that is L, okay. And the radius, the two radii of the frustum, FG and DC. So FG is what? Small r, and DC we have taken as capital R. So this is small r. Okay. Now first of all, let us take in triangle AEG and triangle ADC. Triangle AFG, triangle AFG, triangle AFG and triangle ADC. Okay. So in triangle AFG and in triangle ADC, we can write angle F is equals to angle D, that is 90 degree, both 90 degree. As this EFG is circular base which is parallel to BC base downward. So both angle are 90 degree here, okay. And this angle 1 is common to both the triangles, common angle. So we can write triangle AFG is similar to triangle ADC. By which criteria? By AA criteria. As these two triangles are similar, we can write AF by AD, FG by DC, AG by AC by corresponding parts of similar triangles. Now you see what is AF. What is AF? So AD, that is H1, AD, that is H1, right, and FD, that is H. So what is AF? That is H1 minus H. So in place of AF we will write H1 minus H, H1 minus H by AD. What is AD? What is AD? That is H1, that is H1, equals to FG. What is FG? See, FG is small r, and DC, that is the bigger radius, AG. How to find AG? Now you see AC, that is L1, and GC, that is L. So L1 minus L will be AG. L1 minus L will be AG. So in place of AG we are going to write L1 minus L. So here we are going to write L1 minus L by AC, that is L1. Okay, right? Now okay, now first of all we are going to find CSA of frustum. So CSA of frustum, that will be equals to here, it will be equals to here CSA of cone, that is the bigger one cone, ABC minus CSA of smaller cone, CSA of smaller cone, that is AEG, right? CSA of ABC minus CSA of cone AEG, right? So as we know, CSA of a cone, that is pi r L, so here is pi, and CSA of cone ABC, what is the radius for ABC? That is capital R. So we'll write here R, and L means slant height of the bigger cone, that is L1, okay, minus CSA of cone AEG, that is smaller cone, so that is pi small r, and the slant height of the smaller cone, that is AG. So that is AG, and AG we have written here AG, and AG is what? AG, that is L1 minus L. So in place of here AG, that is we'll write L1 minus L. Okay, right? Okay, now taking common, pi, okay, taking common pi, I can write RL1 minus R L1 minus L. Okay, now to solve this L1 minus L, you see what can I write? Okay, right? So, or what we can do, see, because we are going to find the CSA of frustum, and the frustum is having its slant height as L, so means we can have L here, but in place of L1 we have to put the values. Okay, so we will find the value of L1. Okay, so how we are going to find L1? We come to here, we'll take these two ratios right here. So I'm going to take these two ratios here. So let us see what we can find from here. I'm going to solve here. I can write R by capital R is equals to L1 minus L by L1. Okay, cross multiplying, I can write L1 R is equals to RL1 minus RL. Okay, taking we can write as RL1 minus L1R is equals to RL, taking the terms which are having L1 on same side, right? So then taking L1 common, so what can I write? Then I can write RL by R minus R. So this is the value of L1. So wherever L1 is there, we will put this value. Okay, right? So in place of L1, I am going to put this value, that is RL by R minus L, right? So what we will do here, so that is pi R multiply L1. In place of L1 we will write RL by R minus R R. In place of L1 we will write RL by R minus R minus L. Okay, and we will solve it. So that is pi R square L by r minus r minus r, and we'll take LCM here, so it will be RL minus RL minus minus plus small r into L by r minus r. Okay, right? It is simple LCM. We have taken the LCM. Okay, so you can see we can cancel out RL by RL. So now what we are having, we are having pi r square L by r minus r minus r into RL by r minus r. Okay, so going further, pi r square L by r minus r minus multiplying this r inside, so we will have r square L by r minus r. Again we can take LCM. So taking LCM, what will have, what is the LCM? That is r minus r here. Okay, so let us take the LCM, that is pi r minus r. Okay, so we will get r square L minus r square L. Okay, we can take common L here, so taking L common, so we'll have r square minus r square by r minus r. Okay, right? Then pi L r square minus r square, we can write r minus r, okay, and r plus r, applying a square minus b square, a minus b into a plus b, that is r minus r, and we can cancel r minus r. So this is pi L r plus r. So this is the formula for CSA of a frustum. This is the formula for CSA of a frustum. Okay, right? CSA of frustum. So this is CSA of frustum. Okay, where L is the slant height of the frustum. L is the slant height of the frustum. You can see L is the slant height of the frustum. This is the slant height. Okay, small r and the capital R are the radii of the two bases. Small base having small r radius and the capital base having capital R radius. Okay, so this is what, this is the CSA of frustum. Okay, now if we want to write TSA of a frustum, how we are going to write TSA of a frustum? Okay, right? Let me show you TSA of a frustum. So TSA of a frustum will be what? CSA of frustum plus area of two circular bases. So upper base is also circular and the down one base is also circular. So we'll write TSA of a frustum, right? TSA of frustum. That is equals to CSA, that is pi L r plus r and plus area of top pi r square plus area of base, that is pi r square. So this is what? This is TSA of frustum. Okay, right? Okay, now we will solve. Now we will find out what is the volume of a frustum. Volume of a frustum. So how we are going to find volume of frustum? That is same like we have done for CSE, that is volume of this bigger cone. So we'll write volume of cone, that is ABC, minus volume of smaller cone ABC, and volume of smaller cone, that is AEG, right? So we'll write here minus volume of smaller cone AEG. Okay, so now we know volume of a cone is what? Volume of a cone is 1 by 3 pi r square. And what is the radius of bigger cone? That is r, capital R. So that is r square. And what is the height of bigger cone? What is the height of bigger cone? That you see, that is h1. Okay, AD. So we'll write h1 here. So 1 upon 3 pi r square h1 is the volume of the bigger cone minus volume of the smaller cone, that is 1 upon 3 pi. Okay, what is the radius of the smaller cone? So you see, the radius of the smaller cone is small r. Okay, so 1 upon 3 pi small r square. And what is the height? What is the height of the smaller cone? That is AF. And AF is what? AF. Okay, so you see here we have done AF. Here this is AF, and AF we have written what? H1 minus H. So here we'll write H1 minus H. H1 minus H, right? So now what can I do? I can take common 1 upon 3 pi from here. So pi, 1 upon 3 pi common. So I can write r square h1 minus small r square h1 minus h. Okay, so as we are finding the volume of the frustum, so height of the frustum is what? Height of the frustum, that is FD, that is small h, this h. So in the formula here we have to remove this h1. Okay, and to remove this h1 we need to find the value of this h1. So how to find this value of this h1? So again we will come this relation where it was here. So here it is given that h1 by h1 minus h by h1 is equals to r by r. Okay, previously we have taken the middle part and the last part. This time we have taken the first and the second ratio here. Okay, so I am doing it here in this side. So h1 minus h by h1 is equals to r by r, small r by capital R, small r by capital R. So by cross multiplying I can write r h1 minus rh equals to rh1. Okay, so taking the terms which are having h1 together, right? So what we are going to write, r h1 minus r h1 is equals to rh. Okay, taking h1 common, so we'll have rh by h1 minus h1 as we have taken h1 common, so we'll have r minus r, capital R minus small r, capital R minus small r. So this is the value of h1. So this value we are going to put here. Wherever h1 is there, we are going to put this value here. Okay, so this is 1 by 3 pi capital R square h1 is what? That is capital R small h by r minus r square. In place of h1 we are going to put r h by r minus h. Okay, and solving it further now. So that is 1 by 3 pi. So when you will multiply r square to rh, we can write r cube h by r minus r, okay, minus r square, and taking LCM inside the bracket. So r minus r will be the LCM. So we can write RH minus RH minus minus plus small r into h by r minus r. Okay. So that is 1 by 3 pi r cube h by r minus r minus r square, and you can see here we can cancel rh by rh, so r square multiply rh by r minus r. Okay, now going more further, what we can write, that is 1 by 3 pi r cube h by r minus r minus r square, minus, when you multiply r square to rh, it will be r cube h by r minus r. Okay, so this is 1 by 3 pi, taking h common, so you will have r cube minus r cube by r minus r. So you see, now we can apply the identity a cube minus b cube here. So applying that identity, this is 1 by 3 pi h a cube minus b cube, that is a minus b, it means r minus r, r square, capital R square, capital R square plus small r square, and plus r into r, okay, by r minus r. So this r minus r will be cancelled by this r minus r. So I can write the volume of the first term of a cone is 1 by 3 pi h r square plus capital R square plus small r square plus capital R into small r. In place of capital R and small r, we can use r1 and r2 also. Okay, only you should know that which one is greater radius and which one is smaller radius. So this is the first term of a cone. So we got the formula for first term of cone, we got the CSA of first term, and we got the TSA of a first term. Okay, right? So this is volume, this is TSA of a first term. Okay, and here we have written the CSA of first term. One more formula you have to learn for first term, that is, as we have learned in for cone, we know for a cone L is what? For a cone L is what? So we know for a cone L is, means the slant height of a cone is what? That is under root h square plus r square. Okay, so here for a first term, the slant height of a first term, slant height of a first term, that here we have denoted by L, that is equals to under root h square plus r minus r whole square, means capital radius minus small radius whole square. Okay, so this formula also you have to learn, right? That is called slant height of the frustum. Okay, so hopefully you have understood how we have calculated these formulas, right?